Well, it's Christmas time. At the local Ford dealers, that means it's remote start time. Lots and lots of remote starts. So we're putting one on this 15 Super Duty, and this is about as plug and play as you can get. It's super simple. It comes with that. This is the plug and play kit, and it comes with 2 new keys. They have the remote start button built into them. This is the majority of the cost of your remote start. These things are like $300, and then they kind of throw the rest in for free. And the only thing you need to make sure your vehicle is equipped with is a hood switch. And as long as it's got a hood light, it's most likely got a hood switch. If it doesn't have a hood switch, then you got to buy one and put it on. But they're usually wired up for it already, so it's not a big deal. And this is it. One antenna, one wiring harness, 2 keys, and 2 zip ties. Bada bing, bada boom. And then the rest you do with the IDS. So while we're installing this to help facilitate things and speed things along, we're going to go ahead and program these keys to the vehicle because they're blank. We've got to program them. So let's do that now. So there's numerous ways to program these keys. We're going to use the Ford scan tool, obviously, but we're not going to erase the keys that are already to the vehicle, because that would wipe out a spare key, wherever that may be, because we only have the one key that the owner brought. So we're going to program an additional key, and once we do that with the scan tool, then we can program the other key, up to 8 keys, without a scan tool whatsoever. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that these keys actually turn the ignition, because sometimes you get a bad cut. So we'll verify these turn the ignition, and then before you start doing anything with the computer, you want to put the key you're going to program into the ignition. You don't want to start with a good key and then have to change the key out, because it'll void the session. So that's the original key. It's the first one, and it works good. I hate to tell the parts guy that you just cut a $150 key wrong. Okay, so both of those work just fine, which is a good thing. So we're going to take the original key and just leave it laying over here out of the way. I'm going to take one of the unprogrammed keys, put it in the ignition, just turn it on. Make sure it wouldn't start the vehicle. Shouldn't start it. And it didn't. So we go to toolbox. We'll go to body, security, PATS functions. Now some of these you can go to the PTS website. Key is in the on position. Gonna take 10 minutes. Sometimes with the Ford website, depending on what your model vehicle is, some of the newer ones, 16s and 17s, you can bypass this step because you have to have a user ID and password to get into the website to begin with. So they go ahead and allow you to get in there, and you can just program a key like that. In this instance, we got to wait 10 minutes. So we'll finish the installation of the rest of the remote start while we're waiting. We got to gain access to the tire pressure sensor module. That's what our antenna is going to hook to. It's going to piggyback it. Rather difficult to see in here. This is the TPMS module. It's on a bracket. That's it. Right there. There's an extra connector. So we got this connector and a spare connector. We're going to connect our harness into that spare connector. Dark in here. Let me see if I can shed some light on this. We're timed out, so we've got access. We got all these options over here. We're going to program additional key. Operation successful. Let's see if this key will start the vehicle now. And it does. So we still need this. Shut up. To do some of our remote start functions, but in the meantime, we're going to move it so I can program the other key. And I'll show you that. Here's our two original key. The key we just programmed. We're going to program a third key. And it's easy to do. I mean, a customer you could do this without a scan tool. So hoping I can see the ignition from here. It's hard to film. So we put the original key in, or just a programmed key. Turn it around for 3 seconds. Take it out. Put another program key in. Turn it around for 3 seconds. And then we take an unprogrammed key, put it in, turn it around. Now this key should start the vehicle. And it did. So all our keys are programmed. One last step, that's one extra step we don't have to do when we're ready to test our remote start. But we still need IDS because we got to clear the codes, because we set a bunch of codes by putting unknown bad keys in, unprogrammed keys. And we got to use IDS to turn the remote start function on for the truck. So it'll recognize it as remote start now. So let's go and put our antennas in now. Really can't get a good angle on this with the camera to film this. So this antenna just goes up above the glove box opening, and the inside they give you zip ties to secure this with, but I use bolts. Save the zip ties for the wiring. Anyway, it's going to go here and here, so there and there. It'll sit like that, but I can't get me and the camera in here to film this, so let me put it in and I'll show it to you. I can do this one-handed here. Just can't see nothing in here. So dark. So very dark. Now that's in there nice and not going anywhere. We can put our antenna in next. I said antenna, I meant link cable. Alright, so the link cable go next. Just like so. And then we got a couple of Christmas tree retainers. Not real important on which where goes where. Oh, it's gonna be a horrible video. So the other end will go. Oh, this truck sits up so high. And this will hook. Right there. Make it look so easy. Not. I'm going to situate the cable, put the glove box back in, and we'll get back to the IDS. First things first, let's clear out the code set by the back, the unprogrammed keys. I'm going to do all CMDTCs because sometimes they hide these codes. They'll set in a lot of different modules. I want to make sure we get them all. So it's set in a BCM instead of PCM. So if I'd went and cleared codes in a PCM, I still wouldn't have got it. I'd still have a code, and if someone worked on it after me, then they would think that they had maybe a PATS issue, especially if it was for a no start complaint. We're clear. Now we'll go to module programming. We'll go to program parameters, remote start. Enable remote start on vehicle if all conditions have been met. Make sure it's installed. Make sure it has a hood switch. Make sure you got a TPM module. No codes present. Yes, enable. Remote start has been enabled. Press exit. Turn key off. Keys off. Turn back on. Let's see here. I think there's something else we have to do. What is personality? No, we're good. We don't need any of that stuff. We can exit. So it should be good to go. So let's test it out and see if it works. Alright, so we gotta shut the hood. We'll start with the hood up. Let's see here. Lock. So that one works. So we'll shut it off. Try the other one. Lock. Lock. Oh. So this key file was not programmed with the IDS, so we got to manually program this. Good thing we didn't give it back to the customer. Ah, you bastard. I hate these perimeter theft alarms. Alright, so we need to turn the key on. I think you gotta do it 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And press a button on the remote. And then I can't remember if it wipes out the other ones or not. Oh, that one still works. That one still works. Now this one should start it. Or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try it with a good key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It does not like that key. Annoying pain in the butt. Lock, unlock, lock, unlock, lock. No go. So we'll hook the IDS back up. So no matter what I do, I cannot get this key to follow the program. So I'm going to go in here and just do it all over again with the 10-minute procedure we did. So we'll check back in 10 minutes. Gain access, let's try it all over again. Program additional key. Successful. Great. No. Exit. Yes. Key off. Turn the key off. Let's erase the codes again. I don't think we set any codes, but let's just make sure. As you can see, I don't do a lot of this stuff. I guess the newer, the new stuff, I mean, to do it correctly, you really need to read up on it. So I could have consulted a shop manual and saved myself some trouble, but I was going on past experiences. That didn't work. Alright. Did we set any more codes? Look at that. we set a new code. We'll clear it. Alright, let's see here. And we're good to go. Alright, let's try the remote start thing again. Alright, I've got my 2 keys. So, lock, twice, stop, lock, twice. We're good to go. Nothing to it, alright? So now they're good. They got their Christmas present. So man, thing's loud. All right, so we're good to go. And pretty easy to install, actually. More time spent in front of the laptop than actually putting parts on it. Thank you for watching.